The League is proposing that learners should return to school, but in a phased manner. Joining us now via Skype from Durban in KwaZulu-Natal is the ANC Youth League Provincial Secretary, Thanduxolo Sabelo. Very good afternoon to you, Thanduxolo. Thank you so very much for joining us. Take us through your discussions as the ANC Youth League, how you came to this conclusion that schools should reopen. And when you say a phased approach, what are you referring to?
Well, good morning to you and good morning to the listeners. Good afternoon to the listeners at home. As the ANC Youth League, we had our PEC meeting where we discussed the issue of schools reopening. What we discussed and agreed on is that we want to propose to the National Command Council that the schools must be reopened in a phased approach. From the 1st of June to the 30th of June, all learners were proposing that they must be back at school. But what we are also proposing is that we need a shift system where you're going to have learners who are attending school during a morning shift and during an afternoon shift. What we are also saying, we are calling upon the President of the Republic of South Africa to direct for the reprioritization of the budget of the Republic of South Africa to ensure that all the needs that are required by education for the schools to reopen are adhered to, such as the fumigation of all schools, the providing of PPEs, the testing of all teachers, and the screening of all teachers and learners on a daily basis at the schools. We are equally saying that the different spheres of government must work together. National government, provincial government, and local government. Meaning that provincial government and local government must provide their EPWP workers to go to schools to act as social distance monitors. Those who are going to, during the break time, where learners will be allowed time to go and stretch, they must monitor that learners are indeed adhering to social distance. It's going to be a difficult one, but we have to work together to ensure that learners adhere to this social distancing.
Yeah, and that's actually my next question. Sir, can I come in? Can I come in here, please?
The Department of
Sir, I'm coming in here. You're sitting in KZN, where there are very many rural areas and rural schools. These rural areas and these schools, there are schools there that hardly have ablution facilities. You are saying that there should be sanitizers, that there should be fumigation of schools. Do you think that a school that doesn't even have ablution facilities, that doesn't even have proper toilets, that doesn't even have sinks where children can wash their hands, will be able to be guaranteed the sort of fumigation testing that you are speaking of at the moment? Surely the basics should be addressed first before you're saying that learners should be going back to school. There's no way that learners in those, especially in those rural areas, will be able to adhere to social distancing regulations.
I lost you a bit here, but I'm back now.
Would you like me to ask you again the question?
No, I think I got the essence of the question. Yes, indeed, in KwaZulu-Natal, there are schools in rural areas which do not have infrastructure that support teaching and learning. That is why we are saying the President of the Republic must then reprioritize the budget so that such facilities can be speedily brought to those schools. Remember, education is a priority of our government and of the African National Congress. So if something is a priority to you, you then put the resources at the disposal to ensure that it functions. What we are saying is that we understand that in this shift system, you may require an additional workforce. We are therefore saying that the Department of Education must then recruit qualified unemployed teachers to be priority number one. Then the teachers who exited the system for various reasons, because they are qualified, to also be priority number two. And then lastly, it must be unemployed graduates who must be engaged by the Department of Education to come and teach learners in their speciality. Whether if you specialize as a mathematician, you can then be called upon to assist the Department of Education in a different shift, teaching learners in the Republic of South Africa. Yeah. But if the president reprioritizes the budget and makes a budget allocation for education, his infrastructural need can be addressed by getting temporary needs. You spoke about abolition facilities. I can tell you that the Department of Basic Education will be in, if it got the necessary resources, will be in a position to hire abolition facilities for all these schools that are in rural areas as a temporary measure while we are addressing the scourge of this coronavirus.
Yeah, I'm trying to just get to really how you got to this conclusion that learners should return to school when, you know, experts have repeatedly said that now isn't the time. But let's weigh it up then, sir. You have life or death situation, and then you have this issue, of course, of a right to education. But if we are to weigh up the two, according to you, which is the most important, this that is life, or this that is the right to education at this time? Should the government, as they are correctly doing now, not focus on the one which is the saving lives? Surely that's the most important at this time.
Sabelo? Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
On your side?
Yeah.
Yes. No, most definitely. Our priority is clear. There was no two way around it. That saving lives is a priority in the Republic of South Africa. What we are saying, as you spoke about,
yeah, saved by technology there. All right, so we've lost Thanduxolo Sabelo there as he was to answer the question. We'll see if we can get to him. But as you know, at this time, we are chasing time and we are expecting our health minister to address us. So please do forgive us. As you know, technology does sometimes get the better of us. Moving on, the lockdown.